Hello, viewers. I don't know if you can hear me. Currently, I'm writing a novel right now, Snowman's Land. It's centered around like modern times with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. It's about a girl who lives through it, and her father actually gets killed in the action while she and her mother are in refuge in Estonia. And later, when she starts mourning, her mother actually comes into the cabin that she's refuging in and finds that her Dochka isn't there, her daughter. That's what she calls her. So she later finds herself in Greenland as the Snow Woman, and there is where my current draft stops. So I'm gonna read what I have to you, including the preface that I added. And you're also gonna try my best to pronounce Ukrainian correctly. Please let me know in the comments if I pronounce something wrong. Give a little note here. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all those affected by the war in Ukraine. And probably not going to finish this before Christmas. Preface from the author. The beginning of this book is centered around what happened before Emily, the main character, is transported to Greenland, officially part of Denmark, and turned into a snow woman. This part talks about the current conflict, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which forces Emily and her mother to flee to Estonia. Spoiler alert, her father stays to fight but is killed in action. There are many victims of this conflict right now. This preface is for you to understand the historical significance of the first few pages. This novel also contains examples of repetition, a figurative language device that involves repeating a word or phrase for effect, sometimes with different word order. The chapter titles are in Ukrainian, with English translation afterwards in parentheses. Prologue. Batchkivshchina. Home. For most of her life, Emily was a normal girl. For most of her life, Emily lived in Ukraine. For most of her life, she never knew her life could be under threat. Until that dark February morning. Dochka! Dochka! Emily? Emily's mother, Maria, named her Dochka, Ukrainian for daughter. There are Russian troops on the collision course with us. For the first time in her life, Emily's life was under threat. Emily raced to the kitchen to have breakfast, then discussed plans for refuge. Emily left her Batchkivshchina, her home, but her life was under threat. There were Russian troops on collision course with her family, and there was no other option. Dochka, Maria said. We have to flee. No, Maria, Emily's father, Daniel, said boldly. I can't betray my Batchkivshchina. I'm staying to fight. Danielle, you're going to get yourself killed. Maria replied fearfully. I'm sorry, just not assisting mistake in here. Boop. Danielle was in the army, but there were so many close calls in Afghanistan that Maria worried about her husband's safety. I can't betray my Batchkivshchina! Danielle replied angrily. I have fought for my Batchkivshchina, and I will fight for my Batchkivshchina. One thing they both knew about Maria was that she loved the snow. She loved building snowmen in the winter, and missing her Batchkivshchina would take an emotional toll on her if she missed the snow. So they took refuge in a place where snow was common, Estonia. That's supposed to be Emily during that first sentence. Right there right now. Plus, Estonia was part of NATO, so if Estonia was attacked, countries that were helping Ukraine, like the United States, would be obliged to respond. Danielle, like I said many times, would stay to fight, but wrote a will in case it got killed in action. In Estonia, it was like her Batchkivshchina, only that she could build snowmen more often. Maria signed her Dochka up for an English class in case she would have settled to the States. Emily even wrote a couple of English language poems while at it. Figure words were only difficulty for the most part, and she still said run and drinked a lot. Emily hoped that her dad would drive away for Russian troops, that she could return to her home, her Batchkivshchina. Meanwhile, she had other things to worry about. Her science grades were starting to drop, and it was starting to become a large concern. Maria actually had to attend a parent-teacher conference because of it. They even mentioned putting her on an individualized education plan. Her grades starting to get better, though, and the topic of an IEP was dropped. Emily stayed home that her dad wouldn't die. The hopes were bright. One snowy March morning, Maria got a phone call. She answered, and Emily overheard the male voice's message. I'm the executor of your husband's estate. He was killed in action last week. Chapter 1. Vypravleno. Sent away. Nemaya! It was Emily's worst nightmare. She could hear her screaming in Ukrainian on the cabin floor. This can't be! I'm sorry, Dochka, Maria said. But people die all the time. There's no preventing it. You can go, Maria. I can't go on my bereavement. I just can't! Emily yelled. She knew there wasn't a way to bring back the dead, but anger overtook her. I just can't! Now, loud noise warning here. Can you at least calm down, Dochka? Maria yelled in a rude response. I'm your mother, not the other way around, so calm down! Emily walked to her room with no respect at all, sat in the bed, still weeping. Her father was no more, and her mother was her only family left. Maybe the Russians would take over, and she would never return to Rebecca. No hope. Absolutely none. The next morning, Maria walked into her Dochka's room with the intention of scolding her for the previous day of her rudeness. When she wasn't there, Dochka? Maria said fearfully. Dochka! Emily was confused when she woke up too. She didn't know anything about where she was. The only things that looked familiar was the snow, and the snow people jumping around in it. Where am I? Emily said to herself. Then Snowman came around, hearing a question. In Greenland, he said when she recognized the voice. It was her father's. Daddy? Emily asked him. I thought you were killed in battle. I was, he replied. Wait, Emily replied. If you were killed in battle, that means... Wait, am I dead too? Not exactly, he replied. You're a snow woman now. Emily looked around and saw that her arms were sticks, and her body had 3 pieces of coal on it, like one would get if they were on the naughty list. Turn me back! Emily yelled before her dad interrupted. Listen, Emily, find it fun here. There's no Russian flat threat, no need to wear coats, blah blah blah. Emily realized that as a snow woman, she could play around all day. No need for protecting herself against the Russians, or the fact that your cabin wasn't stable. But where will I sleep? A snow cabin probably won't be stable, Emily said. Gravity would take over and it would come falling. Listen, Dochka, you'll be here with me, Daniel said. Wait a minute, her dad never called her Dochka. And that's all that I have so far. This video will probably be the longest one to date. And probably it will take hours to read in full once it's finished. I'll let you know when it's finished. Oh, wait, it probably won't be my longest. When I started recording, it said last edit was 2 minutes ago, and now it says 5, so only around 3 minutes. Well, that's all I have so far. If you're in Ukraine right now, stay safe. Thank you for watching.